Hey guys, this is your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Anthony, Joshua, and Andy Ruiz are going round after round through the media about where their rematch will take place. Of course, Andy Ruiz shockingly and amazingly defeated Anthony Joshua to become unified heavyweight champion. We were there. It was amazing. And now, Joshua, obviously, that fight was in New York. Joshua's team would like the next fight in the UK. Andy Ruiz is like, no. That's basically what's happening. Part of that has come out, though. Anthony Joshua says he needs to immerse himself in experienced people around him in boxing that know about boxing, blah, blah, blah. The big thing, as they said, is that he needs to find that passion again for boxing.
That Joshua does?
Yeah. Oh. Is that a good sign for Joshua's future?
When I hear somebody say that you need to find passion for boxing, that gives me cause for concern.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just like a short little quote thing I read. You can go to bbc.com. Obviously, you'll have to find it at bbc.com. But there's a story about him. He used the word passion, like finding that passion. I feel like you either have it or you don't. And if you start talking about finding it, that's not how you find it, right? If you're talking about it, you're probably not going to find it that way. So,
yeah, I would think passion comes more from a creative side of you than a analytical. Let me figure out if I can find my passion again.
Yeah, like how can you not be passionate about boxing, right? So, I mean, he's the one that's been heavyweight champion of the world, but boxing is a feeling, right? There's a feeling that draws you to the sport. It's amazing.
I mean, I guess you can, like say, maybe, you were
it's the
at the top for so long, or you kind of, start believing, your own hype kind of thing. You get kind of complacent, kind of set in wherever you're at, and yeah, maybe take. I think probably finding your passion. If you've lost it for something, it's taking time off, and getting to figure out why did I start this in the first place? What drew me to boxing? That's not this isn't the appropriate time to be finding your passion, though, if you're trying to set a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually the entire premise of Rocky 3, I just realized. And that Rocky has to find the eye of the tiger again and goes and trains with Apollo Creed and his old crew in a different boxing gym. They also did a lot of running on the beach, a lot of sprints. Suddenly, Rocky was faster than Apollo. That was weird. Anyway, because Apollo was doing the training too. I don't understand that part of the movie. Anyway, listen. Yeah, I think that Joshua, before I read that comment, I was pretty sure that he was going to win the rematch. Because, again, and I think it's arguable either way. But my argument is simply that he was winning the fight. He got hurt in the third round after he had knocked Ruiz down. And he got hurt like that because instead of being careful, he went in for the kill. Got hurt, never recovered, and then was beat up the rest of the way until he was stopped in the 7th round. But when I read something like that, I'm like, oh, have you not been training like you should have? Do you not have the want to be in boxing? Because you have to totally immerse yourself as a fighter. The best fighters do that completely. They don't have one foot in and one foot out.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of Carl Frampton, one of my favorite fighters, one of the best Irish fighters ever. He's from Northern Ireland. He had a fight this weekend he was supposed to fight in. Had to pull out because of a freak injury to his hand. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But I remember before he fought Josh Warrington, the way he was talking about his opponent was kind of told me that maybe Frampton was in a certain place in his life where, Josh Warrington, you look at Josh Warrington and saw what he was willing to do to win the fight, how much he believed, the work that he was willing to put in. It was almost as if Frampton had reached a certain level, had a lot of fame, a lot of money, had already accomplished a lot, and wasn't quite totally in it. He lost that fight to Warrington. I don't know how the rest of his career will go. I hope, obviously, it goes very well. But with Joshua, I don't know. Can he get the eye of the tiger back? Do you think, Rachel, that it would be helpful for him to maybe just listen to Eye of the Tiger over and over again while he trains? Or do you think maybe he's already been doing that?
Maybe so. Maybe that's his sole plan for his rematch.
I don't know.
Maybe he'll train under Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah, Sylvester is still in some pretty incredible shape. Do you think that do you favor Joshua in the rematch against Andy Ruiz, or do you think Ruiz can win that?
What did I say last time? We've already talked about this
I want to know what you say this time, Rachel.
Now I've completely
I'll be testing you against yourself.
moved on from. What did I say before? I had some thought that I thought one of them there was nothing new.
Start over.
I don't know.
What? Yeah, well, just to give you the odds makers thing, Joshua's still a pretty significant favorite. He's favored around, I think, how Mayweather is favored over Pacquiao or was back in 2015 when that fight happened. So he's a pretty significant favorite. It's not like a huge, he's not like minus 10,000 or something, but around minus 250 or 300 or something like that. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that fight. I think there's a lot of really good heavyweight fights that can happen in boxing.
Yeah.
And that needs to be settled because that's going to tell a lot about what happens over the next couple of years. And we also have Tyson Fury out there. He's found his passion, but I feel like it's easier to have a passion for boxing when the alternative is you're going to die. You know what I mean? Like Tyson Fury made it, lost it. I'm talking about passion, and then all of a sudden he's addicted to drugs and all this stuff. And when you have that hanging in your head, sometimes that can put you like, well, I need to focus on this thing, or I'm going to go crazy. So he seems to be doing well. And then, of course, Deontay Wilder's still sticking out there. That Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight is a lot less intriguing than it was before Andy Ruiz did his work. I would argue that Deontay Wilder deserves to be considered the best heavyweight in the world right now because he's been the champion for so long. And I know that Fury has as well with his Zalino title. But listen, Tyson Fury is fighting Otto Whalen in his next fight, and Deontay Wilder is fighting Luis Ortiz. There's a clearly Wilder's fighting the better competition. I don't know what's going on with Fury, but that's something that is happening. So I think that he should be rewarded. Is what I'm saying. Wilder should be rewarded for fighting good opponents and for staying consistent. Any final words of wisdom? I'm sure AJ watches our show. Do you want to say anything?
Sometimes change is good for a fighter and for a camp. So that's what I think.
Well, look at AJ. AJ's right here. Sorry, AJ. Go ahead, Rachel.
It was change, like the inability to change, I think, during the fight in New York. That is the reason why Joshua suffered the loss. Because not changing like his plan against an opponent who clearly came in either with just the right plan or changed what he was going to do to win that fight. And so that's what I wonder. And then if I hear a quote that's like, you're trying to find your passion, sometimes change can help with something like that too.
AJ, come here for a second. Let me talk. Just me and you can talk for now. Listen, you lost the fight against Andy Ruiz because you very obviously overlooked Andy Ruiz. And I get it. Ruiz doesn't look like he can fight. But that boy can fight, right? And he was a late replacement opponent. This was the AJ show in NYC. We were there. There weren't any shirts with or any kind of thing that you could buy that was Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. It was Anthony Joshua in New York. So in the second fight, know that you're in a real fight. Train for being in a real fight and go out there and do your thing. And I think you can still become what people thought you could be. But it's a lot harder to come back. But you know the good thing about adversity, Rachel?
What?
It makes people stronger. You know, have you ever seen a caterpillar emerge from a cocoon?
No, I've never seen
I haven't either, but people tell me
real life.
that it's a very long, gruesome process. And that if you help that little caterpillar out of there, he's just going to die. Don't do that. So you be the butterfly. And you know, we have a lot of butterflies out there. And I know in Spanish, if you call somebody a mariposa, that's not a good thing. Let's start over. We appreciate you watching our show. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We prefer the present progressive, present participle. I don't know verbs. What?
Thanks for watching, guys.